Welcome back, y'all. Today we're talking about mount maintenance. If you've had anything mounted recently, you know how much it costs to preserve your trophy of a lifetime. So why not spend 10 minutes and $10 to make sure that your trophy is protected for your lifetime and well beyond. I'm going to show you a couple easy tips and tricks to take care of whichever trophy you got. Stick with us. Alright, y'all. I got the stuff outside that I'm going to blow off for you. But one thing I did want to point out is, so this deer right here on the right is the first deer that I ever killed with my bow 25 years ago. I just want you to look at how good it looks still. It's 25 years old compared to one that's about 5 years old. They both look great. They're in great shape, and it's just from taking these simple steps. So I'm going to jump right into it and show you how we get it done. Alright, first I'm going to go over how I like to do the skull mount. One thing you'll notice is inside the nasal cavity you've got these really sensitive pieces, so you don't want to spray that off. I'm going to be using an air compressor today, but I'm going to make sure that I stay a long ways away from all those little sensitive pieces of bone, because they will fragment off. And like I said, I'm going to be using an air compressor, a little pancake air compressor, but you can use one of those little air spray things that you use to clean off your computer if you don't have an air compressor. So that's a cheap alternative. Get into it. You'll notice that I'm not getting close. Now for this part, we'll be doing the full body mount, or the shoulder mount I should say. The only thing you want to be really careful of are the ears. You don't want to get close. Again, we're just trying to get the dust off so that we're not matting dust in here when we really clean it off. Last but not least, I want you to pay attention to which way the hair is going on the animal when you're spraying it off. You don't ever want to spray air against the direction, but you can see the hair's combed back, if you will, this way in this direction. On the back side it combs around this way. When you're doing your air, spray it the same direction, get it cleaned off. That's step one. I love the double throat patch on this joker. For the skull mount, that's all we're doing. We're just trying to get the dust mites off so it's not eating anything really, but there's no fur to be worried about on these. So more for aesthetics, we don't want spider webs and dust on here, so get it cleaned off, get it hung back up. One more important tip: if you're doing ducks, turkeys, anything like that, I'd be very, very careful with your air blowing on anything other than the body of the animal. If you got exposed feathers on a duck, or if you got a turkey in full strut, do not get close with the air on those, right? Use one of those little hand blowers, blow it off real gently. But the body, where the mold itself is, it's hard. You can use this to get most of the dust off first. Don't break no feathers. Alright guys, for this part of the process, I've got a bowl of really hot water and borax. If you guys don't know about borax, it's pretty much a salt-based cleaner, but it has a lot of uses for anybody that's in the outdoors. It also acts as a natural insecticide. We're going to add just a little bit in here, not a whole lot. But you can use this stuff for turkey beards to dry the meat out. The salt just cleans it right on out. But I got really, really hot water here. I'm just going to kind of mix that up. I'm going to use a washcloth because I can wring as much of the water out as I possibly can. But the ticket here is you do not want to saturate your mount at all. A lot of taxidermists will tell you not to use any water for this reason, because of the fear that people will not pay attention and use water, too much water. You'll notice I'm going to wring it out really well. Let me get this out of the way. And I'm literally going to gently, because you've got whiskers, you're just literally trying to wipe this mount down to get any extra dust, being really gentle around the eyes, as much of the dust off as you can. And the nice thing about the borax is it's a natural insecticide, right? So if you've got some dust mites on there that eat, they have to consume a little bit of this residue that you're going to leave on the animal. It'll kill them. So again, being very gentle around the ears, the eyelashes, all very sensitive places. And you'll notice again that I'm working always the same direction as the fur. Okay, it's not hard. You just want to be careful. If you're dripping water on the animal, you're using too much water. It should be no water dripping. You're literally just trying to wipe off dust, and that little bit of water with the borax helps to pick up any dust that you might have on the animal that you weren't able to get off easily with the air. Now, if you've got a really, really old mount, or a mount that looks less desirable, you can put a touch, and I mean a touch, of shampoo in here, and it'll help clean the hair out a little bit, make it look a little bit more clean. Some people really get in here and clean the antlers. I kind of like the look of them the way they are. I'll just wipe them off just for dust, but I don't really get in there and clean them hard if there's any, especially down here by the bases. I like the look of the dirt that's in there. But it's as simple as that, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Keep your mounts looking nice. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed, but quick overcap. If you don't have borax and you're an outdoorsman and you want to do some preservation yourself, you kill a turkey, you can take the beard, cut as much meat off around as can, stick the beard where it comes out of the chest into this borax, and it'll dry it out for you. It'll preserve it. For the tail fans, you can cut out that tail bone. You can wedge as much of this up in there as you can to dry it out, and before you bondo it, you can bondo it closed if you want to do it yourself. But I like to use it for cleaning all of my mounts, whether it's ducks, turkeys, deer, anything that has fur or feathers, because it acts as a insecticide to help kill dust mites. Dust mites will get on there and they'll eat your fur if you don't take care of them over time. That's why a lot of mounts will degrade. And that's why I use this over Windex. A lot of people will use Windex. I'm not telling you not to. People will tell you to that because you're less likely to apply too much water to the mount. But if you use a little bit of this and wring your washcloth out very well so water's not dripping and just wipe off the dust, you'll be good. If your fur gets out of whack, you can always take like a horse brush and very lightly brush the fur back the way it was. But if you're wiping the correct way and you're using air the correct way, it won't be an issue for you. So I hope you enjoy. I hope you take these tips and use them on your mounts, and make sure that's something you can pass on to your kids and your grandkids. See you guys on the next one.